Punishment for rape in Islam. What is the ruling on a crime of rape in Islam? The Arabic word istisab refers to taking something wrongfully by force. It is now used exclusively to refer to transgression against the honor of a woman by force. Rape is an abhorrent crime that is forbidden in all religions and in the mind of all wise people and those who are possessed of sound human nature. All earthly systems and laws regard this action as abhorrent and impose the strictest penalties on it, except a few states which waivers the punishment if the rapist marries his victim. This is indicative of a distortion mind, let alone a lack of religious commitment on the part of those who challenge Allah in making laws. We do not know of any love passion that could exist between the aggressor and his victim, especially since the pain of rape cannot be erased with the passage of time. As it is said, hence many victims of rape have attempted to commit suicide and many of them have succeeded. Failure of these marriages proven that they are accompanied by nothing but humiliation and suffering for the woman. Islam has a clear stance which states that rape is haram, imposes deterrent punishment on the one who commits it. Islam closes the door to the criminal who wants crime. Western studies have shown that most rapists are already criminals who commit their crimes under the influence of alcohol and drugs, and they take advantage of the fact that their victims are walking alone in isolated places or staying in the house alone. These studies also show that what the criminals watch in the media and the semi-naked styles of dress in which women go out also leads to the commission of this reprehensible crime. The laws of Islam come to protect women's honor and modesty. Islam forbids women to wear clothes that are not modest and to travel without a mahram. It is forbidden a woman to shake hands with a non-mahram man. Islam encourages women and men to marry early and many other rulings which closes the door to rape. Hence it comes as no surprise when we hear or read that most of these crimes occur in permissive societies which are looked up to by some Muslims as examples of civilization and refinement. In America, for example, International Amnesty stated in 2004 report entitled Stop Violence Against Women that every 90 seconds a woman was raped during that year. What kind of life are these people living? What refinement and civilization do they want the Muslim woman to take part in? The punishment for rape in Islam is the same as punishment for zina, which is stoning if the perpetrator is married, and 100 lashes and banishment for a year if he is not married. Some scholars also say that he is required to pay a mahr to the woman. Imam Malik, may Allah have mercy, said, in our view, the man who rapes a woman, whether she is a virgin or not, if she is a freeborn, he must pay a dowry like that of her peers, and if she is a slave, he must pay whatever has been detracted from her value. The punishment is to be carried out on the rapist, and there is no punishment for a woman who has been raped, whatever the case. Sheikh Salam al-Baji, may Allah have mercy, said, in the case of a woman who is forced raped, if she is a freeborn, the one who was forced must pay a dowry like that of her peers, and the hard punishment is to be carried out on him. This is the view of a Shafi and the view of a Layth, and it is also narrated by Ali ibn Talib, Allah be pleased with Abu Hanifa al-Thawri. The hard punishment is to be carried out on him, but it is not obligatory to pay the dowry. Evidence for what we say is that the hard and the dowry are two rights, one of which is the right of Allah and the other is the right of the other person, so they may be combined. As in the case of a thief whose hand is cut off, he is required to return the stolen goods. Ibn Abbar, may Allah have mercy, said, the scholars are unanimously agreed that the rapist is to be subjected to punishment if there is clear evidence against it that he deserves the hard punishment, or if he admits to that otherwise he is to be punished. There is no proof that the hard punishment for zina may be carried out against him because he does not confess. Then there are not four witnesses. Then the judge may punish him and stipulate a punishment that will deter him and others like him. There is no punishment for one if it is true that he forced her and overpowered her, which may be proven by her screaming and shouting for help. Secondly, rape at knife point or gun point. The rapist is subject to a hard punishment for zina even if the rape was not carried out at knife point or gun point. If the use of a weapon was threatened, then he is mu'arib and is to be subjected to the punishment described in the verse. In Allah says, the recompensate of those who wage war against Allah and Rasul and do mischief on the land is only that they shall be killed or crucified, or their hands and feet cut off from opposite sides, or be exiled from the land. That is the disgrace in the world and a great torment in theirs in the year after. So the judge has the choice of four punishments mentioned in the verse. He may choose whatever he thinks is the most suitable to attain the objective, which is to spread peace, security in society, ward off evildoers and aggressors. Allah knows best.